The Discovery Doc podcast, where your journey to empowered, non-toxic living begins. Join me, Dr. Cece, a doctor of nursing practice, self-proclaimed toxin tamer, and mama of four, alongside
me, Anna Kate, your medical mystery overachiever. Together, we'll uncover the latest in functional medicine, debunk health myths, tame toxins, and provide practical tips for thriving in a modern world.
Get ready to take control of your health with expert insights, raw stories, and actionable wellness strategies designed to help you and your family lead vibrant, toxin-free lives.
Let's discover together.
Welcome back to the Discovery Doc podcast. And today we are talking about Halloween and all the things that go along with Halloween, like scary food dyes and how to navigate all the fun things of doing the things on the holidays. Oh my gosh, my brain.
It's okay. Mush. So I think, well, one, I'll just say what we do, because I think it's something that is like maintainable and there's nothing missed. So our kids like to partake in Halloween. They like to dress up. They like to get in costumes. They like to go trick-or-treating. And then they go in and they get their candy. And I want them to partake in that. I want them to have that experience. I don't want them to not go up to those stores and get the candy and, feel left out or whatever. We don't eat the candy along the way. Every once in a while, if there is a candy that I like and approve of, that is given out, and it does happen, then that is the one, if their little friends are eating candy, then I'll sift through their bag and I'll say, okay, babe, like you can have this one right now. But we also don't overdo it. They have one piece of candy while they're out and about. And then when we get home, depending on what time we get home, I'll let them have maybe one more. But that's it. We're not binging, eating, 10 pieces of candy in one day. And that candy that hold that thought for a second. So go trick-or-treating, get all the things, come home. And if it's too late, then I'll do it the next day. That night or the next day, then I have already ordered my mommy approved candy, which mainly comes from Yum Earth, Unreal. Those are really the two that I use because you can find they have Halloween things. Yeah. So they have gummies that are in the shapes of bats. They have Halloween lollipops. They have, their version of quote unquote Skittles.
So if you come to my house, I have a cauldron that is full of allergen and dye-free snacks because we have a lot of toddlers in our neighborhood. So I'm handing out other candy. Don't come for me. So, but that's
who invited her?
I know, but I want to be that lady. Mark's like, you don't need to be that lady that hands out crap candy. I'm like, yeah, but I want to be the lady that has options for moms like this that want better options for her kids and doesn't want to give her 2-year-old dyes because we have a whole PDF that you can download of all the side effects and all the stuff that happens with, it's called Colorful Culprits, the food dye. Something, I don't know.
She named it something really cute, so go find it. But basically, Anna Kate put together this awesome PDF that goes through each individual food dye, where we can find it, and the dangers of it potentially. There's some that are really well known to be under scrutiny, which is red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many that are known to cause, not just contribute to, but cause hyperactivity, ADHD-like symptoms, lowered IQ,
asthma, hives,
being a carcinogen, cancer causing, inflammatory responses, reproductive health issues, so many things. Yeah, that there's a reason a lot of these are banned in other countries or come with a warning label. Red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6 in the EU comes with a warning label that it can cause hyperactivity in children. So, to me, in our home, I'm just like, well, why would I even play with that? If there's a better option that's still candy, there's still natural sugars in there. It still tastes really good. It's not a whole food. It is still candy. But if there's a better option out there, I would prefer to do that. So the next day or at night, we swap. And it's basically like a second Halloween trick-or-treating, where I have all of mommy's approved candy and the kids come up to me. It used to be one at a time and it was really cute. They come up and give me one and I give them one. Now it's just like groups.
Yeah.
Up here, take this.
Here, you take this. I want this so I can eat it.
They become a little impatient with it. But then I can also control what I'm buying, what they're getting. They have their own individual buckets. So when it goes to having treat night, we do still have treats. We have treats a couple times per week. And so that one bucket will last a very long time. Where they go and a couple times per week, they pick out their treat. And it's about a couple of things for us. One is managing the type of candy they're intaking. 2, it's managing the quantity that they are intaking. To me, there's no reason to, again, have, 30 pieces in one sitting. Yeah. All of my children would be miserable.
It's not off limits, but it's not in excess of free range.
It's not free range. And so they know once that's up in their treat box, okay, now we go back to regular life. It's a couple times per week, then they can go pick from that. And in terms of, just finding out for your own family, what works the best. That's our routine. You might have a different routine and that looks just fine. If you do want to give, have your kids indulge a little bit more, then I would pay more attention to what they're eating on Halloween. A lot of us rush out the door, getting costumes, go out the door. Now kids are eating candy without having dinner. Eat dinner first. Eat a good high protein, high fat meal. Make sure they ate lunch and breakfast beforehand. Make sure that they're well hydrated with good electrolytes throughout the day, so that when that sugar does come in, they're breaking it down easier, faster. They're not having this big kind of rush and then crash in terms of their metabolism. Then and
that's good for any holiday.
Yeah, any holiday, and supporting their gut. I'm going on a tangent here, but in terms of gut health, just the amount of sugar. So now you're thinking about, okay, feeding candida and feeding kind of the bad bacteria. So on Halloween, maybe even double dose on your probiotics. 1 probiotic in the morning, 1 at night. Just protect your kiddos' gut health a little bit more. It will just help them not fluctuate as significantly with that large of an intake of sugar, and make for a happier bedtime.
And if there's an overindulgence, can we use things like milk thistle and nat the day after to kind of get back to normal routine?
Yes. So what I would say is back to normal routine the next day. Absolutely, in terms of kind of the food dyes, more of your detox liver support. So yes, N-acetylcysteine, liposomal glutathione, milk thistle for sure for the liver support. We mentioned this in a different episode, but also binding agents, in terms of just those synthetic preservatives. This could be as simple as activated charcoal, mennonite clay, zeolite clay, apple pectin, fulvic acid, humic acid, any of those, combination of those, as well as then in terms of the sugar, then the gut health and kind of the candida, you could do something as simple as MCT oil. If you make a smoothie in the morning, throw a little extra MCT oil in there, put a little coconut oil in there. And I say a little, depending on the kiddo's age, because coconut oil, if you do like a tablespoon, makes them upset their little tummy. So for kids, I'd say no more than half a tablespoon, depending on the age, go down from there. But throw that in the smoothie. That's a great natural antifungal, antimicrobial that can help just counteract the potential fungal overgrowth or candida overgrowth that comes from consuming sugar. And that's something that you have on hand that you don't need, a supplement for. That or oil of oregano. So would be a great one. Tea tree is another great one there to help control that candida.
So in the Colorful Culprits, the guide to toxic food colors, that's what it is. So we go over kind of the key players and what side effects, but I also included 3 of my favorite recipes. So one is for a chocolate peanut butter ball, which kind of tastes like a Reese's cup, and it doesn't have any added sugar in it. And then also a Snickers swap, which I make these all the time. They're totally my favorite. So that recipe's in there. And then there's also a sour fruit. So for those of you that like both the chocolate and the sours and the fruity stuff, I've got 3 recipes in there. So make sure that you click the link and download that, and it'll go straight. I think you can just open it. So
yes, you can. And also in there are our favorite candies, so candy companies. And so if you're looking for advice on kind of what to give your kids or swap out in the future, there's candy companies on there that we like. There's chocolate companies on there that we like. Some are available in stores, some you order. But just really good information about dyes in general, where you can go. It's so cut and dry. You go one by one, just to learn a little bit more about maybe why you want to avoid, or why you see certain behaviors in your kids after Halloween and eat all these things,
and where it comes from, and how you can easily make a swap and avoid all of the terror of the teenagers. So I do have one more question for you as we wrap up.
Yes.
So why don't monsters eat ghosts?
Ooh. These make me so nervous. Why don't monsters eat ghosts? It's something with boo, because they're beautiful. Oh God.
Because they taste like sheep.
So off. Guys, I was so off. I'm so bad at these. I have one of my best friends sends me things like this all the time, and I just make things up, and they're so wrong every time. I've never gotten it.
I like that they're beautiful.
They're beautiful. So we don't eat them. But you said they
taste like sheep.
See, I had a good one.
You did have a good one.
Anyways, y'all, enjoy your Halloween. Happy Halloween. We hope that just, come up, maybe even for next year, holidays in general, just come up with boundaries that work for your family. It might not look like the one I presented, but you have the power to kind of create that and what works for you. So we hope that we gave you some tidbits here to help you establish that in your family. And until next time,
let's discover together.
Before you go, this is the part where we have to get a little serious. Just a little. Please remember that the information shared in this podcast is for general informational and entertainment purposes only. While we strive to provide accurate and helpful information, we're not here to replace your doctor or healthcare provider. Think of us as your friendly health enthusiast gal pals who love sharing what we know, but always remember to consult with a qualified medical professional before taking any action based on the content of this podcast. And just like the Pirates Code, this disclaimer may change from time to time, so be sure to check back for updates. Stay healthy, stay happy, and don't forget to laugh. It's good for you.